because Area 51, even though there's not much there, it's still very cool. Because
I'm not going back.
That Ale Inn goes crazy, man.
Chip, you love
when
that
they
place
started pulling up pictures in the Ale Inn, like the locals. I don't know if I've said this before, probably, but when they started pulling pictures up of Bob Lazar, like outside the Ale Inn, like 30, 40 years ago, that was like, whoa, you show me shit that.
Yeah, but
people
the mad bit was when there was just like cars, like waiting there. Oh no, it's just kind of wild.
Yeah,
it was so sketchy because we went in the middle of the night. Took us ages to get there too.
That's some crazy.
Yeah, Area 51 was a spooky one. And it, like the lights just went off. Do you remember that shit? Oh my god, the way we were stood in front of the gate. Were we?
I wasn't there.
You weren't working here when we did this.
Before I joined.
Yeah. So we went to Area 51. We might as well tell this story. I don't know.
Have we told the story before?
Probably.
Area 51? I think. You know what? We've done so many episodes. Can I be honest? We've done so many episodes of Fellas now that I kind of forget
what we said.
Sometimes what we said.
We definitely have a lot of new viewers though.
That's true. If you want to tell the Area 51 story, you can, because it's a fucking great story, man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we might as well. We're talking about fucking aliens and shit now anyways. Our podcast is just going to become an alien theory podcast.
You know what? I'm happy though, because I feel like we're putting it on the map a little bit. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, anyways, we went to Area 51. We set off. You like drive for ages. It was myself. I was in one car. We rented like 3 cars. We had Jack mate that was with us as well.
By the way,
he was with his missus.
To talk about the drive for a second, how amazing of a drive is it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We're talking one of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on.
Yeah.
And is that road that we're driving down, is that the main, Route 66, like the main road that goes across America? I don't know if it is or isn't, but when I was driving on it and I could see one road going on for what looks like hundreds of miles, I'm genuinely thinking, I was like, am I on that road right now? This is
It does feel like you're in a movie when you're going down this thing.
Is it this road?
I mean, fuck knows.
Honestly, though, that's what it feels like. It goes on for days. You feel like you're in a movie. It feels so American. I had the little Camaro, which, by the way, was an absolute piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, you took ages to get it.
First American car I've ever drove, and God, it was just fucking awful. But I mean, I'm sure there are some other ones that are amazing, but that was just bad. It was like driving a bus.
I forgot what one I was driving.
You
it
had
was just like a 4x4.
Yeah. You know what it was though? I'd hired out a fucking Corvette.
Yeah.
And realized that the dirt road into Area 51, that actual dirt road was probably going to fuck up the paint on the car.
Yeah.
The car was like $1,200. I was like, you know what? I shouldn't take this.
Yeah. So you ended up with a fucking Camaro.
Yeah.
Anyways, we knocked it out there. The drive was, it's long.
How long was it? Like 3 hours, 3, 4 hours?
4 hours out there, 4 hours.
Bro,
out.
From
Las Vegas city center out to Area 51. But the thing is, like, when you start getting out there, because there's this. So, anyways, we did the drive. The drive was totally fine, but it was definitely taking a while. And by the time we got there, the sun was already down because we were a little bit stupid. We should have left like a lot earlier in the morning, but there was some problems with our rental cars. So we ended up only leaving at like 1-ish. By the time we get there, it's like 4 5 p.m. The sun was setting at like 6-ish. But we wanted to go to like this little spot just outside of Area 51 called, what's it called? The Ale Inn?
The ALM. But on the way there, before we got to the alien, we would stop to quite a few places. There's a lot of alien-based stores on the way.
Yeah, like they're definitely taking advantage of
like, as they should,
as Americans.
But the alien, that's the legit one.
So it's like a little bar that you go in there and you walk in, and there's loads of like dollar notes you'll be able to pull up. Type in Area 51 Ale in interior, and it's really cool. It's super like trailer parky vibes, but then when you walk in, there's like dollar notes there. But they were really funny about us filming.
Do you know why as well? Do you know the story?
Why?
So there's a movie called Paul. Okay, anyone familiar with that movie? Okay, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and it's the guys from Shaun of the Dead. You've seen that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a movie called Paul, and it's about 2 nerds that love, they love this alien shit, comics, all this kind of stuff, and they're like, oh, we got a holiday planned, and their holiday is to go all the way through Area 51 to all the shops that we went to, the Black Box, the Letterbox, go to the alien, go outside the gates, the whole thing. They meet an alien on the way, blah, blah, blah. So they go, in the movie, they go to the alien. It's like part of their thing, and it's quite cool. But what they did in real life is they went to the alien and said, we want to use, we're going to pay you guys, we're going to want to use this place. And they were all like, yeah. They took loads of pictures and they were like, we're going to just go back, plan it all out. But they didn't. They went back home and they took the ale in and rebuilt the entire thing in a studio based on what they'd seen and never paid them a penny. So ever since, they hate Simon Pegg and Nick Frost now, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this story is to be true. And ever since, they don't like people filming in there now because they feel like they got
jet.
double cross,
Well, but even it was like, they didn't like the filming of the inside of it, but they also didn't like filming outside.
No, they didn't like any. But I did try and
We got bits.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't gonna fuck them over. I gassed it up a bit.
Yeah, it was cool. So anyway, you go in here.
It's a day out.
Yeah, we go in and we sit down. We're like, right, let's get a few drinks here because we were actually waiting for Chip. So me and Jack had already made it there.
So it's like, and it was nighttime as well. So I know Proddy's got his pictures there where it looks like day, but it's like dimly lit.
Yeah.
Really nice vibe.
In the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And I really mean that.
It's not empty, by the way. There's about 8 people sat down drinking in there, but they're all old men.
All old men.
Locals.
And we pulled up, you pulled up, and I had started this conversation with this guy, and I thought he was, I don't want to say a bit of a nutter, because he wasn't, but he was just super enthusiastic, and I was like, okay, this guy's kind of cool. And then Chip came in, and Chip obviously knew, especially back then, way more about everything than me. And you started asking him like loads of questions, and he answered like loads of your questions that made you think, like, because at the time, Bob Lazar was kind of like 50-50. People didn't really know whether to believe him. Now people are definitely like siding more towards him. But back then, Chip was still on the fence. So you were asking this guy like, not sensitive questions, but like...
I was prodding, man.
Yeah, you were poking the bear.
I mean, I was
what,
there
what were you
time.
asking him?
I just asking, like, do you genuinely believe the story?
Yeah.
As Bob Lazar being would everybody else say the same thing you're saying around here? That kind of shit. I sounded like a cop, bro.
Yeah.
But, like, some interesting things. First of all, one of my favorite things about the place is the road is called Extraterrestrial Highway.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool things. Also, the town called Rachel, Nevada, it's a population of 50 people, and they just live there.
Yeah.
Very strange. Very eerie, isn't it?
It's weird.
But yeah, the guy was answering all questions. He pulled up his little Android phone and he goes, let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. And he scrolls and scrolls and scrolls, and it's just a picture, like a Polaroid looking picture, but but you could tell it was legit, of him and Bob Lazar outside it, or in this area years ago. I'm talking like when Bob Lazar was young.
Yeah,
and he was like, this is proof that Bob Lazar used to work here. I was like, damn, man, like, is this legit? Or is this fucking with me? But he was just some old man, nothing to lose, really.
Yeah, but then the only thing that makes me think, is the fact that if he is one of those 50 people that live there, like, you would just kind of play into it a little bit.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we were there for too long, because we were there like, all right, okay, we're done here. We need to now head to Area 51. Now there's like 2 entrances, right? You have like the famous entrance
where the gate is.
You got
the back entrance.
And then the back entrance. And we went to the famous one, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. The other one is not really that interesting.
Yeah.
But it's where the letterbox is, I think.
Yeah. And
go on.
We were there like, right, okay, let's do it. And at this point, like, it's dark. And we were worried because we actually didn't have any fuel. Well, we were low on fuel, low on petrol. And we were there like, fuck, man, like, we can't really spend too much time at this place because we don't know where the closest petrol station is.
No.
Gas station.
Yeah. So
we were a little bit nervous about it. And it's a long way back and there's no way I'm getting stuck out there. It also dropped in temperature lows. It's freezing at night. And we were going down this dirt track. By the way, the dirt track, once you like come off the highway to head into the Area 51 bit, is really dog shit. Like
potholes
everywhere. And the type of ones that will, if you go into them at any sort of speed, like your wheels fucked. Not just like this is a bumpy ride. Like, nah, it's bad.
The guy at the ALM was saying, no, they make that road like that on purpose.
Yeah.
They don't want you driving down there. That's what he was saying. That's actually what he was saying. I was like, all right, it just could be a desert road, so it could be like that.
But it was like another half hour down that road. We thought it would just be like 5 minutes on the beaten track, and then you'd be there.
But the bad thing was the lights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scaring the shit out of me. I thought we weren't going to make it to the gate.
Yeah, well, you can tell a bit about
Okay, well, there's obviously, as you're driving towards Area 51 in the complete darkness, the gates have just got massive floodlights on them. So you can see Area 51 from a very, very long way away, like really far away. And as we're driving towards it, the lights just go off. And because
We're the only people on this track, by the
because the
way.
lights are so bright, when they go off, like the area just goes black because you're in the middle of a mountain range. Like this is where they test fucking all sorts, who knows what. And we're like, oh shit, what do we do? And we stop for like 5-10 minutes, and eventually they come back on and we're like, fuck it, man, we came all this way, we gotta keep going. And we did keep going, but that's when it gets really fucked. Because we saw a car coming towards us, and
we were there like,
that's when everyone.
fuck.
And was I in front? Was I?
Yeah, you were at the front. It was me, and then Jack behind.
Bro, I shit myself. It was a black SUV coming towards us. I was like, fuck, we're done out here. This is going to be them telling us to fuck off.
Yeah.
Black SUV comes towards us, blacked out windows as well.
Fully
Not,
tinted.
swear that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I start shitting myself. I'm still recording. I let it roll. She comes up beside me. Window comes down. It's a woman. And she just starts going on about, yeah, I was just there smoking some weed. I come down there and smoke weed outside the gate sometimes. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, because if you live in this place, if you're one of those 50 people, fuck you going down to the like. It's not when you get there, you go, wow, this is beautiful.
And it was so strange. It was like a 55-year-old woman in a genuine blacked out 60, 70 grand SUV.
Yeah,
It's just an odd.
there's no
odd.
way that she was genuinely down there smoking.
Yeah.
It just-
She kept asking us what we were doing and why we
Yeah.
were going there as well. So I think either they just sent
They
it down
send
to check
this
what's going
girl
on.
out as like the first layer of protection to be like, and then at that point she definitely sees that it's like
Fine.
three
Yeah.
idiots in
Yeah.
the car.
I think there's nothing to worry about.
Do you know from how long from this entrance it takes to get to the actual unit where Area 51 is?
Well, what from the
technically?
gate?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
even
fucking,
further.
it's miles away. Even when you pass that gate, it's like a very long time.
Yeah.
There's a story about a guy that broke into the past the main gate, isn't there? And I've fucking read about it ages ago. We should bring it up maybe next time because we have to do some research into it. But there is a story about a guy that does it, and he
broke
says,
through.
I think he did it for a YouTube video, and he says he didn't know. He tried to say he didn't know where he was going.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad. But yeah, also
that lady.
Yeah, we had that lady. She kind of goes. We carry on. The lights go off again. They come back on. We get to the place, and at this point, I'm thinking, because it's really weird timing in between the lights going on and off. I was thinking it was on a timer,
It's not.
but it just seemed so like weird the way they were doing it. Sometimes it would come on and off. And I was just like, are they doing this on purpose? So they're telling us to fuck off?
Yeah.
But we come all that way. We were like, fuck it.
We got to get to the gate here.
Yeah, maybe they were just. And I knew what are we gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, we had no intention of storming the
Yeah,
gate. We just
no
wanted
way.
to go there because you wanted to film some
Yeah.
bits for your video.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also wanted to just fucking see it. That's the thing as well. Area 51 burglars.
We pulled up to this to
Yeah.
the gate. We'd made it all the way there.
Yep.
Our hands were sweating, but we were like, fuck it. Like the lights were on. There was no guards out front. And we're there like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I wanted to get some cool photos. And they're like, this is a pretty like kind of like a bucket list thing for me. I was glad Chip had dragged me out here. And we were just messing around. Chip was there like, okay, cool. I need to set up a tent. I want to get to like this cool bit for my video. And as you go to set up your tent,
Yep.
they kill the lights.
Yeah, they
and
kill
it's
them.
like pitch black.
Yeah. It was scary.
And we lost it. We were there like, fuck this. Like we packed everything. We got back into our car
Yeah.
and we were there like, whoa, like, yeah, this is, they're clearly telling us to fuck off. Like there was no timing between these lights to be like, oh, this is just routine shit. And then we were there like, oh, should we go back out? Like the lights had come back on again.
Did we? I don't think we did we?
And we were there like, no, we're not going back up. We're not going there. Like
Yeah.
we were just there like, fuck this. But Chip like didn't even get a photo by it. Like, cause this was what you had wanted to go and see
Yeah.
for ages.
But I mean,
we
I
were
saw
so
it, and
stoked.
that was enough to be there. Was fucking, and I'm glad it went the way it did because the story is now for me a good story.
Yeah.
You know, I like telling the story as well. We got a podcast, we got to do it.
It didn't, like, that's not the end of the story though, because
No.
then we wheeled everything round, right? And we start heading back up the dirt track.
Yeah, back towards the Ale Inn.
But yeah, back towards, and the big highway. We're heading back there and we see two parked big SUVs, like
to the-
off the
off to the-
side of the dirt track.
yeah.
We're like, where the fuck have they come from?
Yeah, just waiting.
And it almost like, so we were kind of like trapped a little bit from, as in the sense of the gate, us going back than these SUV cars.
Yeah, like they were waiting. It was fucking.
But they appeared out of nowhere.
They weren't there on the way there.
They were not there on the way
That's what
there.
made it like really spooky. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But you know, like they always got the stories about how they got snipers on the hills watching and all this kind of shit. You can actually see into Area 51 with a you know, whatever. What was it?
Really?
You were going to get binoculars and have a look into Area 51.
Yeah.
You can. It's called, probably type in Area 51 and viewpoint, and it begins with a T. I forgot the name of it. I swear it begins with a T. Area 51 viewpoint.
The thing is with Area 51 now, though, is it not very like they would have
Tickaboo Peak.
abandoned the fuck out of this place?
Nah, man, because I don't think they would be able to get it out or whatever's in there. It'd just be too fucking bait. Also, it's just I
don't know.
just think it's all underground, so it doesn't really
It will
matter.
be, surely.
Don't think it really matter. Nobody is getting close to that thing.
Really?
It don't matter, man. Yes, they might have all the aircraft, like the actual aircraft, just above ground, satellites,
yeah,
whatever.
here,
Who gives a
look.
shit? Yeah, Mr. Beast went to this Tickaboo Peak in his video, and he looked in, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Damn.
Yeah, I do love Go.
Do you reckon there's a chance that this is all just like completely unrelated to aliens? In terms of extraterrestrial stuff, Area 51
Well,
is
you reckon
a,
yeah,
testing bombs and that.
nuclear power plant.
could just be the, like what it is. You know, Air Force testing base, like testing out aircraft, like
Technology.
yeah, like futuristic aircraft. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just human made stuff that they don't want other countries to know about. It could just be that.